What's up, guys? I'm getting pretty excited. The NFL season only 75 days away.
Can't wait.
On September 7th, we have Lions, Chiefs, defending champions. It feels like the Super Bowl was just yesterday. But regardless, in this video, I'm going to be giving you some early season-long player prop bets on Prize Picks, Underdog Fantasy. I'm also going to be breaking down for you, this is more important, how I made over $60,000 betting on the NFL last year. I'm going to give you the blueprint. Right? I'm going to explain to you the strategies that you're going to make the most money on that you need to implement when you're betting on the NFL next season. So as a little bit of background about me, I previously, before I started working in sports betting, I was a quantitative trader on Wall Street. So a lot of people will be like, how on earth did you get into betting on the NFL from being a quantitative trader? And they're actually very similar, right? Gambling in financial markets, stock market, that's trading. Gambling on sports is sports betting, so there's a lot of overlap in terms of the important concepts. And what I learned as a trader, as a quantitative trader, is you're not going to make money every day, but if you have an edge, if you have an advantage, then you will win long term, right? And it's the exact same thing in sports betting. If you look at my 2022 NFL profit, I didn't win every week. I didn't win every single bet or every single day. Right? But because I have an edge, all of my plays have a mathematical advantage, I win long term. And that's really important to remember as a sports bettor. Now, how do you find an edge? How do you find an advantage? Well, the first thing you need to realize, and I know this is basic for some people, but bear with me, is every single sports book, they have different lines. All right, so a simple example is take a look at Patrick Mahomes. His passing yards line for the entire season is 4,750 on Underdog. It's 4,800 on Prize Picks. So there's a 50-yard difference, right? So obviously, if you want to bet on Patrick Mahomes to go over his season-long passing line, you should bet that on Underdog Fantasy. Right? You're getting a 50-yard discount relative to Prize Picks, so why would you ever place this bet on Prize Picks? Prize Picks is ripping you off. So as a sports bettor, it's really important that you find value in the market, and that's what we're going to explain in this video. And the key thing you need to realize is all these sports books have different lines from one another. So you'll see right here, I use like 40 sports books. I use so many different sports books because, again, they all have different lines from one another, and you never know where the value is going to be on a given day. Sometimes the best line on Mahomes is on FanDuel Sportsbook. Other times it's on Prize Picks. So it's imperative that you have as many sportsbook accounts as possible. You know, it's kind of like being a trader, right? You want to have as many clients as possible. You never know who's going to have the deals and the good trades on a given day, so you want to have relationships with as many people as possible. But anyways, let's start to get into my first and most important sports betting strategy. I love this strategy. It's made me a lot of money betting on the NFL. I can't wait to use it again in the upcoming season. Let's get into it, guys. So the first strategy that will make you a lot of money betting on the NFL is called middle betting or middling. And essentially, when sports books get super out of sync with one another, when their models get way out of sync, they oftentimes have players' lines set at very different levels. So if you take a look right here, Underdog Fantasy has Justin Fields at 20.5 passing touchdowns for the season, and Prize Picks is 2 full touchdowns lower at 18.5, right? There's a 2 touchdown discrepancy. So what you can do is take the under on Underdog Fantasy and the over on Prize Picks, right? So think about it. If Justin Fields has exactly 19 or exactly 20 passing touchdowns in the season, then we're going to win both our bet on Underdog Fantasy, our under 20.5, and we're also going to win our over 18.5 on Prize Picks. So as a trader, we were always looking for market inefficiencies, right, where we could be kind of hedged. And middle betting is kind of like that, right? You can still lose, of course. If Justin Fields has 10 passing touchdowns, we're not going to win both bets. We're going to lose our over on Prize Picks. But we have this rare window of opportunity. In this case, it's pretty big, right? 2 touchdowns for Justin Fields, where if he has exactly 19 or 20 passing touchdowns on the season, then we win both bets. The OddsJam sports betting software has a middle betting tool, and what this will do is for all the sports books you use, OddsJam will hunt through the market, update millions of odds to identify all middle opportunities. So middle betting has a bunch of different pros, but one of the main ones is it's very low risk, right? So in this example on Justin Fields, we're always gonna win at least one of these bets, right? So we're never gonna lose a lot of money. We're always hedged. So that's one of the pros. The second pro is it obviously can be very profitable. This is one of the strategies that I've used to make hundreds of thousands of dollars betting on sports. I don't only use it in the NFL, but I think it's most effective when betting on the NFL, but you can also use middle betting when you're betting on basketball or baseball. And the third reason is it's fun, right? That's another pro of middle betting is you're rooting for a very random outcome, right? We're rooting for Justin Fields to have exactly 19 or 20 passing touchdowns on the season. It's a kind of random sweat, but in my opinion, middle bets are pretty fun, especially when you hit one. Here's another really good middle bet, this time in the rushing TDs market. So Najee Harris, there's a 1.5 touchdown discrepancy, 6 versus 7.5 between Prize Picks and Underdog Fantasy. We gotta lock that in. So you can see right here my full slip on Underdog Fantasy, and I'll show you the Prize Picks slip here in a second. So I just showed you my 3-pick parlay on Underdog Fantasy, but on Prize Picks, it's optimal to place 5-pick entries. So I'll show you here in a second the 5 picks I went with on Prize Picks, but I want to explain a new strategy, and this strategy is called correlation betting, right? And I know that probably seems super complicated, what does correlation mean? But it's pretty simple to understand. So 2 of my picks, I've given you 2 picks on Prize Picks. I have 5 total. My next 2 picks are Trevor Lawrence under in passing yards and Christian Kirk under in receiving yards, right? So these bets have positive correlation. So what that means is they're more likely to win together or to lose together. And that's a benefit for us, right, on Prize Picks. So if you think about it, this should make sense. Trevor Lawrence is the quarterback, right? So if he has a great season and goes over in passing yards, Christian Kirk is one of his main targets. So Christian Kirk is a lot more likely to go over his receiving yards line. On the other hand, if Trevor Lawrence has a bad season and goes under in passing yards, then Christian Kirk is more likely to go under in receiving yards. So these bets are positively correlated, so taking both unders or both overs together in a slip is a great way to build value on Prize Picks and Underdog Fantasy. And again, the word for this is correlation. So you can see my full slip on Prize Picks right here. 5 picks, big bet for me. But regardless, all really good plays that I found, plays with an edge. So hopefully you found this video helpful. Please like, comment, subscribe, share it if you enjoyed this content. Let me know what types of videos you want to see. My goal is to help you beat the sportsbooks, make more money off these greedy sportsbooks this NFL season. So anything you need, let me know. And thanks so much for your time today.